This part of YouTube? I don't know what you mean. I need you to understand something, Ariana. YouTube is weird. You think whatever video of mine you were watching was strange? I can get weird though, Ariana. I can get weird. Described as mad, bad, and dangerous to know, the lascivious Lord Byron lived fast and loved skulls. In the early 1800s, Lord Byron's gardener was digging on the grounds of Newstead Abbey, Byron's family estate in England, when he came upon a human skull. The estate was built on a burial ground for Augustinian monks, so nobody seemed all that surprised when the remains of a jolly monk or friar were found. The gardener brought the skull to Byron, whose first thought was to turn it into a cup. Obviously, said Byron.
Observing it to be of giant size and in a perfect state of preservation, a fancy seized me to have it set and mounted as a drinking cup. I accordingly sent it to town.
Who it was in town that was like, making a drinking cup from a monk's skull. Yeah, I can do that. We don't know. It's that very cup that Byron immortalized in his lines inscribed upon a cup formed from a skull. Adored by men and women alike, the focus of Byron mania, yes, they actually called it that, the hedonistic Lord Byron was said to throw wild parties at his estate, where he would toast to his guests with his silver-trimmed skull cup. Maybe more like that. Skull cup. Skull cup? Skull cup? While it's unclear how many skull cups Byron actually possessed, we do know he had something of an obsession with them. When his close friend, the author Percy Shelley, died, he even went as far as to ask his widow, Mary Shelley, if he could have Percy's head to turn into a cup. To which Mary Shelley responded,
"No."
But Lord Byron was hardly the first person in history to drink from a skull cup. There's evidence that humans have done that for hundreds, if not thousands of years. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus wrote in the 5th century BC of the nomadic Scythians, who he claimed would drink from the skulls of their enemies. Having sawn off the portion below the eyebrows and cleaned out the inside, they cover the outside with leather. When a man is poor, this is all that he does. But if he is rich, he also lines the inside with gold. In either case, the skull is used as a drinking cup. In Tibet, a skull cup or kapala would be gathered from the site of a Tibetan sky burial. You remember Tibetan sky burial, where the vultures come down and ritualistically feed on the corpse and carry off the flesh. Of course you do. Well, once the vultures were finished, the skulls would be collected and turned into ornate vessels to hold wine and dough cakes. Symbolizing blood and flesh, the wine and dough-filled kapalas were then offered to wrathful Buddhist gods. However, the oldest skull cups were discovered in Somerset, England by a team of archaeologists. Found in the prehistoric Goth's cave, those skulls were 14,700 years old. Believed to be created by the Paleolithic Magdalenian culture, they surmised that while there may have been cannibalistic practices associated with Goth's cave skull cups, they were primarily ritualistic in use. Most striking is how meticulously crafted these skull cups are. Hi, welcome to my DIY guide to making your own Magdalenian-style skull cup in just about a morbid minute. Perfect for brunch or ritualistically consuming the blood of your enemies, you'll love this cup. I know I do. Step 1 is severing the head at the base of the skull. Step 2 is cutting out the eyes, ears, tongue, as well as any remaining hair or flesh. Trust me, all that skin just gets in your way. You'll thank me later. Step 3, remove the lower jaw. I recommend using a stone lever inserted into the mouth to wrench the jaw free. That will save you a lot of time and sweat. Pro tip, don't toss this jawbone. It's full of yummy bone marrow to eat as a snack or to keep you alive through the winter. Step 4 is break the dome of the skull free from the bones at the base. I like to start striking the dome free just above the nose and working my way back. This is the hardest part, so don't be afraid to take your time. You don't want any unsightly cracks in your skull cup. Step 5 is place your skull dome on a hard surface and gently hammer it into an appealing cup shape. Don't forget to clean up any errant flesh or rough edges. And there you have it, Deathlings. Follow those easy instructions and you'll have a skull cup that your family or nomadic clan will love for generations to come. This has been your Morbid Minute. Remember, you will die, and someone might turn your head into a cup.
The Order of the Good Death does not advocate turning anybody's skull into a cup. Do not try this at home, or anywhere else.
Brought to you with support from People's Memorial Association and the Co-op Funeral Home, and donations from viewers like you. YouTube is weird.